is just another sound check. You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know him no obligation but to him some respect. All you need to do is just give him one to get turn your back on your brother when him need you.
Alright now goodie, let's get into the recipe. This is a requested recipe, okay? You guys wanted me to show you how I would make vegan shrimp in my kitchen, so I'm going to show you how I make mine, alright? Let's go. Now, in that container, I have 1 cup of vital wheat gluten. I also have 1 cup of finely grated carrot. Then to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast flakes. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of black pepper, a half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of onion powder and garlic powder. Also, I'm going to add seafood seasoning to it. And the seafood seasoning I'm using is Keith Lauren Seafood Season Spice King Collection. I'm going to put the link below to purchase yours. Otherwise, just get yourself some fish seasoning or any kind of seafood seasoning of your choice. I'm also going to be adding a few tablespoons of water. Alright, now you're going to need your rice paper for this recipe as well. Any brand of your liking is fine, so let's get started. Now you have your vital wheat gluten there. You're going to add your onion powder and garlic powder, seafood seasoning, salt, and black pepper. Because you want things to have flavor, you know, right? Now you're going to add your nutritional yeast flakes to it. You want to mix that together first. Then you add your grated carrot, and you want to make sure that you grate that carrot really fine. Now remember, when you grate your carrot, you're going to get that natural carrot juice from your carrot. So be careful when you're adding your water to it because you're going to spoil the texture. Now I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of water first. Then you start combining this together. Now that came together nice. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it on my cutting board right here, and we're going to knead that for 5 full minutes. After 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up in some plastic wrap. I'm just going to let it sit out room temperature. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 minutes at least. Just let it sit room temperature, and then we'll come back, shake this thing up. Okay guys, we're moving on to our next step. I have a pot right there on the fire. What I'm going to do, I'm going to spice that water up. Make sure that you cook this thing on medium heat. I have right here some basil, black pepper and salt, and some seasoned salt right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour that in because we're going to give that water flavor. Then you add your vital wheat gluten in. You allow that to cook for 45 minutes on medium heat. Now guys, after your vegan meat has cooked for I'd say 45 minutes, you want to take it out of that water, let it sit and cool and chill so it could form, okay? Now to that, you're going to need some toothpick to help you to form your shrimp just right. Then you're going to need your rice paper, and you're going to need a container with lukewarm water to soften up your rice paper. Now, I'm going to be using some of this meat right now, but I'm not going to use all of it. I'm going to put some up for a later recipe. Now, all I'm going to do here is just cut my meat going this way. Now look at the texture of your meat inside. Now, after you have let it sit for about a good 40 minutes, you want to make sure that it's nice and dry. You're going to remove your toothpick from your shrimp. If you're new to my channel, be sure to press your subscribe button, press your notification button as well, so you will be notified of whenever I upload a new recipe. Like, share with friends and family, and let me know what you'd like to see me cooking next in my kitchen. And as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy! I'm gonna let this cook for a good 30 minutes on medium heat. Cover it up nice and make it simmer. And when it's done simmer, it's time for we eat. So see you back in a few minutes.
So this is in with your foundation, full coverage, you know, like bam. And last but not least, the last thing I tend to go for in my makeup collection is this palette right here. Let me show you what this baby looks like. It has a whole bunch of concealers. I believe it's $10 for this palette.